How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Yeah. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on. We got quite a few baggers today. Got a crazy good market today. Everybody, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Hope you guys had a restful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going this morning because we got some baggers after baggers after baggers. Let's go.
Baggification.
Baggification. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Hold on. Good morning. Hold on. There we go. All righty. All right. Getting ourselves all set up here, ladies and gentlemen, but I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We called quite a few baggers today. We called KDLY, which ran up a nice 536%. Oh, yeah. Actually, 537 now. Yeesh. We got a lot of baggers going on. We got CTMX, which is currently going crazy. Let's see. CTMX. Actually, we gotta put that there as well. CTMX. Veli says NXTT, bro. Oh yeah. All right.
Good morning.
You want to see NXTT? All right, bet. Let's check out NXTT. Let's check out NXTT.
Yeah.
All right, NXTT currently looks like it's on a bit of a downtrend. It's below the VWAP right now currently. All right. They do have some news. They don't have news. They got a float of 7 million. Volume is 47 million. So that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. I'm liking the float and the volume. The volume's pretty good on that. All right. The float is reasonable. The volume's higher than the float. There we go. I got a little bit of a descending wedge over here. Take a look at this. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get ourselves set up. Bop, right here. Right here. Right, has to break through this pennant over here for it to be so much flexy to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it has to break through this little pennant here. All right, it did go down a bit. It did, and now it tried curling up. It's got to break through this pennant over here. You see this baby right here? It's got to break through the VWAP right over me. All right, let's get some. Let's zoom out a bit. Let's zoom out a bit. Let's get this right here. Bop. Oh, hold on. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me get this right over meow. Okay. Get this over here. Bop. All right. And then we got bop right over there. All right. So you got some support and resistance lines over here. You got the 27 cent mark as an absolute support. 155, 255, 326. All right, those are absolute support lines right now. You got some resistance at 396, 483, and 624, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on so far. That is what we got going on, baby. That is what we got going on. So currently it has to break through this 396 mark over here. And then it has to break through 483 and then 624 for it to continue to be schmexy to me. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that share party going. Let's get a share party going because right now we are on fire. We called, hold on one second. CTMX was 169, right? Yeah, 169. Okay, so we called KDLY, which ran up a nice 536%, GRYP 421%, YHC 314%, JYP 185%, and CTMX 169%. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, baby. Hold on one second. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, and we called NXTT prior to its 152% run this morning. Yeah, because it had a 152% run. So NXTT, a lot of baggers here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. 152%. Yeah. Veli says, thanks, bro. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Veli. No problem.
Yes.
No problem. We called NXTT prior to that 152% run as well. It did have a nice run, went all the way up here, bop, right there, and then all of a sudden went down, made a nice little pennant over here. So now let's see what it does. It looks like it's trying to curl past that pennant a little bit. Looks like it's going to try to curl past that pennant just a little bit. Has to break through that 396 mark over there for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. You know what I mean? Right now, hold on one second. Let's see what we got going on. What we got? All right, we got currently. Let's see what other. Because we picked quite a few baggers. Hold on, let me check the baggers real quick. Because I gotta write that down for myself. Hold on. There we go. All right, we called 5 baggers today. So we called KDLY, GRYP, YHC, JYD. All right. That's not JYP, that's JYD. JYD. Yeah, JYD. And then, of course, NXTT. NXTT was our first bagger of the day. Ran up a nice 152%. After that, we got... Ooh.
Oh, we got a high test coming from KDLY.
Ooh,
doubles.
KDLY's got a high test.
It's tickling the bottom of the previous high, doubles.
Also,
It's
DBL
tickling
Moms.
the bottom, son.
DBL Moms. CTMX is our 6th bagger. Just so you know.
Really?
That's our 6th bagger.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 1 second. Let's see. KDLY looks like it is trying to curl upward, baby. It's trying to curl upward. Tyree Johnson says CAN, please. CAN? All right. Let's check out CAN. CNN. Yeah. All right. Let's check out CAN. Right now, currently, CAN is at 81 cents. Looks like it came up from a low all the way up here, had a nice little run, went down, went up, and then dropped down again. So looks like it doesn't have. Let's see how much volume it has. Okay, well, first things first, the float. This is a China stock. Canon Inc. is a China stock, so it's gonna pop, and then it's normally gonna drop. Normally, that's what happens, at least in my opinion. But CAN, very high float, 191.7 million. Volume is 3.71 million, so the float is pretty high. Currently, this stock is dropping and in free fall right now. And let's see here. It says here that Canon Inc. is to report their first quarter 2025 financial results on May 20th of 2025. So that's what they got going on. That is what they got going on. All right. But yeah, I could give some support and resistance lines over here. Let's see what we got. Bop right here. All right. So right now it fell through all sorts of resistance lines right now. So the only resistance line it's got is at 80 cents. Has to break through 82, 84, 85, 86, and 88, as well as 90 for it to be somewhat schmexy. But even then, it's got a really, really high float, and it would have to really do some serious volume for that to work. Because that's 191.7 million float. Volume is 3.74 million. So, man. Let's check out KDLY, ladies and gentlemen. KDLY. Let's see what we got going on. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that share party. Let's get that share party.
KDLY.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, there we go. All right, new high on KDLY. Let's see what we got going on. What we got? 578%. Hold on, 578%. All right, hold on now. All right. Wow. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so KDLY currently heating up, baby. Currently heating up. Let's get this graffiti pencil over here. All right, let's get the support, the resistance. Right over meow. Boom. There we go. Boom. There we go. All right. So we got resistance support here at the $3.80 mark, $8.72, $12.58, $15.29, $18, it's $21.36, and then you got resistance over here at the $20.79 mark, $26.79 mark, excuse me. So yeah, that's what we got going on. That is what we got going on. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. So currently, KDLY is up 578%. Currently hit a high of 578%. Now it's moving down a little bit. It is moving down a little bit. It's got to try to break through that 2679 mark over here for it to be so much maxi to mirror. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Currently, it is over the RSI. It is overbought on the RSI currently, but it has to break through. Has to break through this 2679 mark for it to continue to be schmaxy to mirror. But right now, KDLY has two bits of news that David Bailey and Bitcoin native holding company Nakamoto announced their merger with Kindly MD, which is the name of the company, to establish a Bitcoin treasury. And to top it off, they got some insider buying news in the form of an 8K. So that's what we got going on. That is what we got going on. All right. Bailey asks NXTT pump. I have no idea if it's going to be a pump, but let's check it out. Let's check out NXTT. Let's check out NXTT.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what we got going on. What we got? All right. NXTT currently NXTT is curling above the little pennant that I drew on it earlier. Is trying to break through that little mark over here. It's trying to break through this resistance point at 396. Has to break through that, then break through 483, and then after that break through the 624 mark over here for it to be somewhat schmaxy to me. Yes sir, yes sir. All right, let me see here. Bop. Let's get ourselves all situated, set up. All right. Let's see here. Boom. All right. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party. The market is hot, baby. The market is hot. Hot. Yeah. Red hot like a jalapeno, even though jalapenos are green. I don't mind. Yes, sir. Red hot like habanero pepper, baby. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let's get ourselves all set. Boom.
FRGT
all right.
moving double.
Oh, FRGT. Let's see what FRGT is doing. FRGT just shot up crazy. Let's go over here. Let's get the graffiti pencil bop right over here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Firm you a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBO moms. We like the bottom tails. It is a bit overbought on the R side, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see what we got going on over here. FRGT has a float of 2 million, volume of 3 million, so that's good. I like that. Hold on right here. Oh, looks like the volume shot up to like a 4 million. Oh boy. All right, but it is a top tail over here. Had a nice shoot up, but again, it has to break through over. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Let's get the lower point over here. Bop. All right. You got support and resistance over here. You got support at the 143 mark, 157 mark, 166 mark. Those are all support lines. Then you got the resistance at the 175, 187, and 206 line over here. So in order for it to continue to be schmexy, it has to break through 175, 187, and 206 for it to continue to be schmexy to me. Has to prove its love to me. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. All right, baby, let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party because we are on fire. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All righty, baby. All righty. Hold on. BDRX. What's BDRX doing? Let's check out what BDRX is doing. BDRX just popped in. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, I just stepped up into the building, and already right off the bat, we got bagger after bagger after bagger. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And they didn't even get to do the intro yet because of how many baggers we got. Hey, I mean, I'm just saying. Check out the beautiful scanner over here. Check out the news over here. This is all you get right here with the More Coach Nick Money offer. Yes, sir. As well as a 400+ video course on how we trade and what works best for us. Let's check out BDRX. Currently BDRX. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. All right, let's squeeze this a little bit. Squeeze. There we go. All right. So, it's got support at 128, 152, 170, 183. That is a resistance line now for it. It looks like it's forming a bit of a double top. It has to break through that 183 mark for it to continue to be schmexy to me. But right now, it's got a bit of a double top right over here. Boom. Has to break through that double top at 182. right there. Has to break through 183, 196, 212, and 238 to continue to be schmexy to me. But right now, it looks like it's forming a bit of a double top BDRX. So it does have some news. The float, first of all, is 580,000 and change. Volume is 602,000 and change. All right, and of course they got a Rule 424B3. They put that in the form 424B3, and then after that, to top it off, they received an orphan drug designation in Europe for ERAPA and FAP. So they got that going on. Yes. That is what they got going on. So that is what we got going on right there. BDRX currently up 9% though. So let's check out some other stocks. Let's check out KDLY again. KDLY. Let's see. Currently, KDLY is having some movement right over Mia. Let's take a look at this. Had a nice shoot up, bop, right over here. All right. Formed a bit of a pennant, little bit of a pennant over here, bop, right there. There was a bit of a, hold on, bop, right there. Boom. Had a bit of a pennant going on right over here. Proceeded to curl upward. A nice curlage. Curl. All right. And now looks like it could potentially form a descending wedge. Could potentially be a descending wedge right over Mia. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. Could either be a descending wedge or it could be a pennant too. Could potentially be a pennant, but either way, it has to break through that 2679 mark for it to be schmexy to me. It has to prove its love to me. Has to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, you know how it is, ladies and gents. You know how it is. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Haven't even gotten to share nothing yet. Oh my God. Yes, sir. That's how many baggers we got, ladies and gentlemen. We just stepped up into the building, and bagger after bagger just pop up. Baggers just pop up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let's get ourselves all set. Bop, right here. All right. Let's get another one going. Hold on. All right. Bop. Let's get this out of here. Bop, right there. Boom. All right. We're getting ourselves all set up, getting the announcements out. Finally. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's go over here. Boom. All right. Boom. Yes, sir. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, currently we have 6 baggers, and the day just started. This is a good Monday. You know, they say Good Friday. This is a good Monday. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. I see we got 199 viewers. Let's get it to 200. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it to 200. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got. Let's see. FRGT currently. Let's check that one out. FRGT. All right. Let's see here. Bob. Oh, hold on. There we go. FRGT. Alrighty, let's see here. FRGT currently has to break through the 187 mark over here. Looks like it's forming a double top over here at the 187. It is a bit overbought on the RSI, a little bit overbought. Let's check this out over here. Boom. Let's see, right there. All right, so it has to break through this double top over here at 187. Has to break through 206 for it to continue to be so much schmexy to me. Let's see what we got over here. FRGT. Let's see. FRGT, they have news. They have some news over here, but first things first, the float for this stock is 1.43 million. Volume is 8.55 million. That's a good sign. That is a very good sign. The current report pursuant to Section 13 or 15B is done. That means that there is some insider buying going on over there in the Form 8K. Also, they're going to purchase additional $1 million of official Trump tokens. So that is another bit of news that they got going on. So they're going to be purchasing Trump tokens, and they got insider buying going on. So that's what they got going on. That is what they got going on. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, they have a bit of a double top, though, so they have to break through that 187 mark and break through that 206 mark for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's get that share party going, ladies and gentlemen. We got 6 baggers, baby. 6 baggers. We got bagger after bagger. Bagger after bagger. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I mean, we stepped up into the building. I stepped up into the building, didn't get to do no intro, no nothing. Just straight up baggers, ladies and gentlemen. Straight baggers. That's it. And ladies and gentlemen, we called KDLY prior to that 578% run. GRYP prior to that 421% run. YHC 314. JYD 185, CTMX 159, NXTT 152, ladies and gentlemen. We called all that before all those runs, ladies and gentlemen. And we also called TAOP prior to 72% run, SGBX 25%, VSTE prior to that 89% run, UPXI prior to 43%. Ladies and gentlemen, we just made different, baby. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. By the way, I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself, my lovely co-host. We call her, and she had a good Mother's Day yesterday. Don't even worry about it. We call her DBL Moms. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there we go. I haven't gotten to do the whole intro because, we just doing our thing right now. We just doing our thing for real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Hold on. Getting ourselves all set up here. Boom. Boom. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on now. All right. Getting ourselves all set up here. Boom. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. We're getting ourselves all set up here. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, man. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Because I sure did. I sure did. Had some lamb chops yesterday. It was great. Lamb chops. All right. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Hold on. FRGT still has to hold that 175 mark, break through that 187 mark, and then break through that 206 mark for it to continue to be schmexy to me. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. All right. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got going on. That is what we got going on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DBL Moms, can you grab me a water, please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Grab me a water, please.
You grab me a fresh one.
Yeah, fresh one, good one. Yeah. All right, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so that's what we got going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check us out over here. Be sure to check us out. We got our own custom scanners right over here. This is one of them. This is just one of the custom scanners right over here. Bop, right over there. We got our news alerts right over here. This is all free eats, ladies and gentlemen. This is good access. You get access to all sorts of good stuff over here. Right over here. Right? So, hold on one second. Let me get this water real quick. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is all exclusive to the More Coach Take Money membership, ladies and gentlemen. This is all good stuff. You get this stuff with the More Coaching Money membership, so be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Plus, you get 400 plus video courses on how we trade and what works best for us. You can check that out. Be sure to get that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me when I tell you, it's worth it. It's worth it. You get access to all sorts of goodies, man. You get access to our real-time alerts, our trades there, all that good stuff. You get access to our market movers, our custom scanners over here, our newsroom. You get access to our chat. You get access to all that good stuff. So be sure to get all that, man. Be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. Just made different. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash. Let's get a share party going up in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let's get ourselves set. Bop. Right over here. Yeah. Hold on one second. One second. Okay. All right. There we go. Get ourselves set up on X, ladies and gentlemen. Get ourselves set up on X. Let's see. Hold on one second. Alrighty. Alright. Let's see here. Bob, right there. Boom. Okay. Alright. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Anything else going on? DBO Moms, anything else? Let's check it around. Let's check around. Alright, KDLY currently up 557%. Had a nice high at 578. That's what they're doing right now. Let's check it out. Let's see what they got going on. KDLY, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So currently KDLY had a nice move, had a nice bit of movement over here. Hit nice 578 mark over here. Hold on, I gotta move this up a little bit, Bob, right there, so it reflects the new high. Currently the high is at 2741. It broke through 885, 1281, 1560, 1839, 2183. Currently has to break through that 2741 mark and hold the 2183 for it to continue to be schmexy to me. You know what I mean? There we go. Currently has to break through there. Has to break through this $27 mark over. Meow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One second. Yes. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let's see. Ooh. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. All right. Let's see. All right, yeah. Currently, we are chilling like villains right now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Getting ourselves all set up here. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let's get this over here. Boom. All right. Let's see. All right, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Right now. Currently, KDLY is going crazy. Alrighty. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see what we got going on here. Boom. So, ladies and gentlemen, how was your weekend? Ladies and gentlemen? How was your weekend? Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, ladies and gents. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I sure did. I got to spend time with my mama for Mother's Day. Hope you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day. Hope you guys had spent a lot of time with your mamas and all that good stuff because, hey, Mother's Day. You know what I mean? I got my mother flowers and gift card and all sorts of other cool stuff. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Even got a lamb chops. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Alrighty. Boom. Let's get ourselves all up in here. Alright. Getting ourselves set up. Alright. There we go. Boom, baby. There we go. All right. So let's see what else we got going on. KDLY looks like it is moving. It is breaking through right now. Currently hit a high of 612%, 614%, 617, ladies and gentlemen. 617%, ladies and gentlemen. Currently moving. Having some nice movement. 621. Let's get a share party going. 621. 621. Yes, sir. Can't nobody do what we do.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get this over here. 621%. Man, I looked away for just a second. 637%. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Still moving nice. Yeah. What'd I tell you? What did I say? What we learn, as a matter of fact. What we learn. All right. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me just let the people know. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. All right. KDLY had a nice high of 637%. Not 100. Get out of here. 637%. Currently doing its thing right now. All right, has a new resistance point over at the 2906 mark over MIA. Hold on, actually a little bit. Bop, right there. All right, so the 2894 mark over MIA has to hold at 2301, has to hold at the 1933. So it's got absolute support at 380, 918, 1340. 1637, 1933, 2301, and 2894 is the resistance right over here. Has to break through, baby. Has to break through. Has to break through. It's a little bit overbought, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Give me this. This is my watch over here. Hello. No kaboom. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Currently, KDLY has some news over here. The float is a nice 3 million. Volume is 22 million and change. There we go, baby. There we go. Currently, let's check this out over here. They have some news. Again, David Bailey and Bitcoin native holding company Nakamoto announced their merger with Kindly MD, which is the name of the company, to establish a Bitcoin treasury. Not to mention the fact that they have some insider buying news. And, of course, there's something here that says Trump better buy stocks now, and these AI stocks should be on the list. There we go. And I'm guessing KDLY was on that list. Okay. So, yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
And now KDLY had a nice high of 621%. 637%. My bad. Excuse me. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Share party. Can't nobody do it like us.
Come on,
Can't nobody do it like us.
300.
Yeah, can't no man knock me out. Nah. Let's hit 300, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit 300. Let's hit 300, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Boom. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Boom. Right there. All right. Currently, KDLY. It did follow what I said over here. I did say it was a descending wedge. It was going to curl. And it curled. Curled beautifully, as a matter of fact. Let's check this out over here. Hold on. Boom. Right over here. Had a nice curlage right over here. Needs to break through this little pennant over here, baby. Has to break through the pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy. Tumier. Has to break through this pennant. Bop. Right over there. Needs to break through it. Needs to break through it. Currently also, yeah, needs to break through that 2894 for it to be schmexy Tumier.
Yes,
Currently, it is, looks like it's trying to curl a little bit.
Yep.
Looks like it's trying to test the high a little bit. Has to break through. Has to break through. Excuse me. Currently up 615%. Has to break through that 637 mark over there. That 637% mark. Yeah. That 28.94% mark. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going because we getting that filet mignon money. You know what I'm getting tonight, right? I'm getting that filet mignon for real. Yeah. I might get some lobster, some filet mignon because, money, ladies and gentlemen, money. Stacks upon stacks upon stacks. Oh, you already know. Excuse me, I got the hiccups, ladies and gentlemen. Got the hiccups.
You let too much air get in there.
You know what it is? You gotta inhale. Yeah.
Take time to inhale.
637% was the high for KDLY, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. Currently, it looks like it is also trying to get back into the RSI to not be overbought and oversold. Looks like it's moving in there. Nice. So currently, that's what they got going on. That is what they got going on right over here for KDLY. So it was a bit overbought in the RSI. That's okay. Currently trying to go back to being not overbought, not oversold. It is within the RSI, so it's not overbought or oversold anymore. Can it curl, though? Can it curl, baby? Can it break through that 637? Can it do it? Let's see. Last time I took my eye off it, it ran 637%. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going, because guess what? Guess what? We stepped up into the building and the stock started going crazy.
I know.
It started going crazy. Didn't even get to do no intro because it started going crazy. All right? By the way, what's up, guys? It's Double Nicks. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. Yeet. Yeah. All right. By the way, it's curling back up. It's now 623%. Can it curl back up, break through that 637? Can it do it? Can it do it? Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Yeah, let's get a share party. 300, baby. 300. Let's hit that. Let's hit that. Yeah. All right. Currently. Yes. That's what we got going on. That's what we got going on. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our More Coach Dick Money membership, where you can get access to all of our real-time alerts and scanners. You get access to the scanners and good stuff right here. You got this scanner right over here, and then you could get access to another scanner. And GRYP, by the way, looks like it's trying to curl a bit. Looks like it's trying to curl. Let's take a look at GRYP. Hold on. Whoa, 643% on KDLY. KDLY, 643% right over here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. After 650%. 650. 655. 655. There we go, baby. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party. Let's go. 657. Yeah. 655%. Yeah. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 656. 657. There we go. There we go. What did I say? What did I tell you? What did I say? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Has to hold at that 2362 mark. Break through that 2974, baby. Now it has to break through that 2974 because it hit that 657 mark over here. Hold on 1 second. Bop right here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. There we go. 657. I am running out of space on the paper. That is how much this stonk is moving. That is how much this stonk is moving. Yeah. Share, baby. Yeah, let's sharing is caring. Let's hit 300. Let's hit 300 viewers. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Because this stonk right here, hit 657%. Can it hit 670? Can it go even higher? Let's check it out. I got my eyes on you, KDLY. KDLY, you looking schmexy to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So be sure to check that out. Check out that link, ladies and gentlemen. Check out that link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check it out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you.
The filet mignon money.
That filet mignon money.
The lobster money.
Yeah, that golden steak money.
Yes, sir.
Because they have that. That's a thing, by the way. That's a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. Let's get ourselves all set up over here. Boom. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whoo! Alrighty, let's get that share party going, ladies and gentlemen, because right now KDLY went crazy, and it looks like it's trying again. It has a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails. DBL moms, we like the bottom tails, but it looks like it's trying, man. It looks like it's trying. It looks like it's testing the high once again. Looks like it's testing that high once again. 659%. 659%. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. 659%. 659. 659, baby. All right, 659. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, hold on 1 second. Oh, heavens.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. All right, all right, all right. Hold on. Let me deal with this right here. Ooh, all right, I didn't get to fully share everything. Jeez. All right. Yeah. Let's get a share party going, because it's now 667, 660, 672, 672, 674, 675.
Let's share. We got a runner.
Yeah, we got a runner. Share, baby, share. Because we got 676, 676, baby. What I'd say? 670, right? 680, 680, 680. There we go. There we go. Let's get that share party. Let's get that share party going. 688, 688. There we go. There we go. There we go again. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
687, 688, baby. 688. Can it hit 690? Can it hit 690? Can we see 690? Can we see 690 though? Can we see 690? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can I see 690? Has to break through that $30.90 mark over. Meow. Has to hold at 24.50. Breaks 30.90. Break 30.90. It looks like it's trying to test it once again. Can we see 690%? Can we see 690%? Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Don't call it a comeback, baby. We were here all along. Yes, sir. 690%. Has to hit that 690%, baby. Let's hit that 690. Let's hit that 690. Yeah. 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 Better yet, you know what? 700. 700. 700. Can it do it? Can it do it? Yeah. 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 Tweaking a little bit, man. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right. Can it hit that 700 mark? Has to break through that $30.90 mark right over meow for it to be schmexy to meow. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. Let's see, lady. Let's see here. Yeah. 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 Can it break that 690 and go to 700? Can it break that? Has to break through this little thing over here. Oh,
let's get that share party going on.
Yeah, let's get that share party going on.
Where are we now? Wow.
698. Yeah, 298. Yeah, 298. Hold on. All right, let's see. Has to break through this little line over here because from yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Baby.
Come on. Curl up. Curl up. You hit that. Give me that high test. Give me that high test. Break through that. I want to see 700. I want to see 700. I want to see that 700. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yeah. 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 Currently, KDLY has a 2 million float. Excuse me, 3 million float. Volume is 24 million and change, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the news is that David Bailey and Bitcoin native holding company Nakamoto announced their merger with Kindly MD to establish a Bitcoin treasury. They have some insider buying news, and Trump said that he better buy stocks now, and these AI stocks should be on the list. That's what happened. So there we go. There we go. There we go again. There we go. Right, has to hold that 24.50 mark over there to be schmexy. Has to break through 30.90 for it to continue to be schmexy to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And GRYP looks like it's trying. Looks like they're trying right now. They look like they're trying. Look like they're trying. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let's get ourselves shared over here. Haven't even gotten to fully share everything yet. Jesus.
Oh, for heaven's
yeah.
sake. This is crazy.
Yeah. Hey, look, I don't mind. I don't mind. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that share party going. Let's get a share party. Share party, baby. Share party. Share party. Woo! All right. Let's see here. Currently, it has to break through. Has to break through that 690 mark. Get that $30.90 mark over there. Has to break through that, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go. All right. LHSW. Let's see what that one's doing. While we wait on KDLY, let's see what LSHW is doing, because that one just popped up. No, not LS. No.
LS8. Yeah, that one.
LSHW.
LHSW.
Oh, excuse me. LHSW. There we go. Yeah, no, it's a China stock. I could already tell it's a mess. Nope. Currently has a high float too. High float at 16 million and change. Volume is 135,000. Not schmexy. Let's go back to KDLY. KDLY better. Yeah, KDLY is better. Let's see. All right. Currently, it is trying to not be overbought and oversold in the RSI. That's what KDLY is trying to do right now. So it's going to be. Let's see what it do. Let's see what it do. Currently has some nice movement, though. I tell you what. Let's get that share party going because we called KDLY prior to the 690% move. GRYP 421, YHC 314, JYD 185, and CTMX currently up 135%. 135%. And GRYP looks like it was trying to curl a little bit. Let's see what GRYP was doing. GRYP. Let's see what GRYP was doing, because GRYP was trying to curl earlier. Looks like it's trying to curl a bit. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. First things first. Bop right over here. Boom. Boom. All right. That's number one. That's number one. Let's go up here. That's what we got. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Currently, GRYP has support at 54 cents and $1.48, as well as 222. Has to break through that 274, 325, 389, and 493 for it to continue to be schmexy, but it did have a nice run up 421%. 421%, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on, ladies and gents. That is what we got going on currently at this stage of the game. Right now, it has to hold that 222 mark, break through that 274 mark for it to somewhat be schmexy to me, but it looks like it was trying earlier. KDLY, though, let's see what they got going on. KDLY, let's go back to KDLY. Let's see. KDLY, bop right there. Currently trying to curl a little bit. Looks like it's trying to curl. Looks like it's trying to curl. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going because we just called it 690% bagger. Can we go higher? Can you take me higher? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can it take me higher, baby? Yeah. Can it take me higher than 690? I want to see 700. I want to see 700. Yeah.
700.
700.
Baby.
700, baby. Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see it. I want to see it. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go down here. Let's go down here. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Mm-hmm. All right. Nice little lull before a lull. A lull. While we have a nice little lull here, baby. Yeah. Yeah. I just gotta put up that stuff right there. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our more Coach Dick Money membership, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out, ladies and gents, because it is the hotness. It's got all the scanners over here that you could possibly need. Newsroom, beautiful, beautiful newsroom. You can check it out. It's right over here. You get access to this whenever you want. You get access to any of these tools over here. Yeah.
Doctor needs a stethoscope.
Yeah, scalpel.
Proctologist needs anyway.
Yeah. Whoa there. Whoa there.
You get the idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get the idea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's have that share
An
party.
ophthalmologist needs an eyeball. I mean, you know, all these things. All these things, ladies and gentlemen. You get all sorts of good stuff. You get our real-time alerts. You get our market movers. You get our custom scanners. You get this custom scanner right over here. But there's other ones, too. You can also check out our newsroom. You get our newsroom whenever you want it. Whenever. You get our stock chat. Get our good stuff there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You get all that beautiful stuff, plus a 400+ video course on how we trade and what works best for us, ladies and gentlemen. Get all that good stuff. All that good stuff when you click the link down below and the link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Because this is beautiful. I say again, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Yay.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. That's what we got going on. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, we are just chilling like villains. We got KDLY 690%, GRYP 421%, YHC 314%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling bagger after bagger after bagger after bagger. Yeah, hold on one second. Let's see. All right, let me just rewrite all this stuff because this thing is getting a little full here. KDLY, we called that one earlier this morning, hit a nice 690%. 690%. We called GRYP. Yeah. Called GRYP. Hit a nice 421%. 421%. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party. All right. YHC. We called YHC. That one went up a nice 314%. We called JYD. That one went up a nice 185%. Yes, sir. All right. All right. What else we got? What else we got over here? What else we got? All right. Yeah. We called CTMX. We called them 169%. 169%. We called NXTT. That was a continuation, by the way. 152%. All right, and the day is still young, ladies and gentlemen. We called 6 baggers. Count them, 6 baggers, ladies and gentlemen. Get that share party. Let's get that share party going. Yeah. Where's that bull at? Where that bull at? Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right, let's see here. All right. Yeah, and we called TAOP 72%. VSTE, call that one 89%. UPXI, that one was 43%. And then SGBX, that one was 25%. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you want these picks early, again, just click that link in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We called KDLY earlier this morning. How early you think we're talking about? We called KDLY back when it was 26% at 5:59 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, 5:59 a.m. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. 5:59 a.m. That stunk was 26%. We called it, and it ran a nice 690%. Nobody can do it like us. I'm just saying. All right. Vaylee says nobody. All right. Vaylee asks for NXTT. All right. Let's check out NXTT. Currently, let's update it a little bit. NXTT currently still has to break through this pennant over here, right? So NXTT had a drop over here, curled back up, had a nice movement. We called it earlier this morning before it ran 152%, all right? But NXTT did drop over here, curled back up over here, and then had a nice pennant over here. So currently it has to break through that 396 mark over here. It's trying to struggle to get above that, and then it has to break through 483 over here and then 624 over here for it to continue to be schmexy to me. But right now it currently has to break through this resistance line over here at 396 and hold that 396 mark, break through 483, break through 624, and it can continue to be schmexy to me. Let's check out NXTT, see what they got going on. Let's see what they got going on. NXTT currently has a 7 million float, 50 million volume, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Doesn't have any news though. It is a China stock, so let's see what it does. But right now the float is a little bit crazy. It's crazy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Currently, NXTT is moving with the, with some serious. It was moving with some serious swagger. It was moving with some swagger. It was. So currently, it's a China stock right now. Let's see what it do. Has to break through that 396 mark, 43, and then 624 to continue to be schmexy to me. Otherwise, it's man. But It was moving before. It did have a nice movement up 152% before. Currently now it's 65% up, so we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. Let's check out GDC. GDC just popped in.
Oh my.
Let's see what they got going on. Hold on, hold on. Whoa, what is this? Hold on. GDC. GDC. Come here. Give me that. All right, currently GDC just popped up. All right, GDC just popped up. Hold on, let's see what we got over here. What we got? All right, currently GDC has a bit of a high float, 12.09 million. Volume is 156,000. Yep. GDC has, they announced GD Culture Group Limited, that's the name of the company, announced a $300 million funding commitment to build cryptocurrency reserve of Bitcoin and Trump coin. So that's what they got going on. They just had a major price spike over here. Doesn't have much volume though, so not liking that too much. Let's see over here. Boom. All right. I'll make some support and resistance lines for it anyway. Why not? Is it doing it again? Is it doing it again?
Come on now.
All right. Let's see. Oh, by the way, GDC is 200%. Yeah, all right.
It's pumping.
Yeah, 690. Breakthrough, baby. Come on. Breakthrough. Come on.
Squeezy.
Nice and easy. Yeah. Come on.
Come on now, sugar.
Come on, sugar, light my fire. Yeah, it's curling up. Look at that. Let me get that graffiti pencil. Bop right there. Come on. Break through that 700 for me.
Here it comes.
Break through the 700 for Papi Chulo. Break it for Papi Chulo. Break it for Papi Chulo. Come on.
Go.
Come on
now. Get me a towel. I gotta wipe my forehead. Come on. Don't give up.
I'm just looking at this.
Come on, sugar.
All right, there we go.
What a tease.
KDLY.
What a tease, What a tease.
Nah.
Come on. Hey, make believe you're gonna,
I tickled the bottom.
Look at another stock.
Yeah, that's probably what GDC right now, by the way, is moving 200.
Take a look at another stock.
Yeah. Let's take a look at GDC because it's moving 200%. GDC.
I'm not watching you.
Yeah, GDC hit a high of 243%. I don't even know what to say about that. That kind of just came out of nowhere. I kind of just
popped and dropped there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It popped and
it popped and dropped. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, no. GDC not looking schmexy, man. It had a pop and it had a it had like a China stock moment. So
it's got that news.
Not interested. Not interesting. Not schmexy.
It's crazy. It's a little crazy.
It had a 243% move, but again, not schmexy. Not schmexy to me. It's above the RSI, way too far above the RSI. Let's get a share party going, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. All right, let's get that share party because oh yeah. KDLY. I wonder if KDLY could curl, baby. Let's see. Can it curl, baby, curl? Because guess what? I mean, it did have a nice move. So let's see what happens. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right. Currently though, we got all our stuff there. So by the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Be sure to check out that link, baby. Check out that link to the More Coaching Money courses and program. Because guess what? That is a beautiful, beautiful program.
It is a beautiful thing. It's a thing of beauty.
You see this beautiful chart over here. You see these beautiful scanners. This beautiful scanner over here. That could be yours. That could be yours whenever you want it.
Yes,
So be sure to check that out. Click it good, ladies and gentlemen. Click it good. Click that link to join and become a member of the More Coaching Money family. Yes, sir. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you get newsrooms. You get access to our pre-market picks, real-time alerts,
real-time scanners.
Yeah, real-time alerts, real-time scanners.
Tools.
Pre-market, after hours, pre-market, after hours, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours.
That's right.
All right. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, so that's what we got going on. You get access to our real-time alerts and scanners. We do pre-market, after hours. We do regular hours, all that good stuff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We called KDLY when it was only 26%. It hit 690, ladies and gentlemen. It hit 690. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a 670% increase. All right, at least. At least.
At least.
All right. I'm just saying.
Good Lord.
And you know what? Maybe it'll go higher. Maybe it'll go higher. Cause I'm liking what I'm seeing. Hold on. Let me see. Let me check out KDLY. Let me check it out. Let me check it out again. KDLY. Currently, KDLY is still trying to curl. Still trying to fight its way back up there. Is holding that resistance point at 24.55. Has to break through that 30.97 mark over MIA. All right, so yeah, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Can it hit 700? Can it hit 700? Let's see. Let's see. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers. A lot of times we are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you.
Yes, sir.
All right? I mean, right now, KDLY, it looks like it's going to curl right now. It does. It does. It looks like it's trying to. Can it hit six? It looks like it's going to hit 690 again. It looks like it's trying to. Looks like it's trying to. Can it hit it? Can it hit it? I don't know. I don't know. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now it looks schmexy to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking
Can it prove its
By the
love to
minute.
me? Can it prove its love to me? All right. But yeah, so be sure to check that out. Click that link to join our More Coach League Money membership and get access to our real-time alerts, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. You could get our scanners, which work round the clock, ladies and gentlemen, round the clock. You could get this scanner right over here. You see this beautiful scanner right over here. You could have that whenever you want. Whenever you want. Same thing with the news. Same deal. Whenever you want. We got multiple scanners. We got the newsroom over here. Bop on deck. Let's see. Yeah, we get that stock chat as well. And then you get access to over 400 exclusive videos. Exclusive to our members. That teach them how we trade and what works best for us, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, hey, how else you thought we got this 690% bagger?
You know what? You know what? That's how it works.
Yeah. How else do you think we got a bagger that went up 690%? Another one that went 421, 314, 185, 169, and 152. How do you think we get
We got the
6
tools.
baggers? We got the tools, baby. We got the tools. We're not fools. All right? We're not tools that say, oh, don't use the scanner. No. Those guys are tools. All right? We actually have tools. You know what I mean? Tools tell people not to use tools. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys, and I'm here with the Serengeti specialist who likes to swing around her bushy tail in the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, and the tall weeds. We call her DBM Moms.
Hey!
And that's it for us. Thank you guys so much, guys. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow, and we're out of here. Peace. Bye-bye.